Hello, I'm Jeremiah. Thank you for tuning into my channel. With this video, I'll be talking about some novels that have characters who stutter in them. The first is called Paperboy. It was published in 2013 by a guy named Vince Vawter, who himself is a stutterer. And in my opinion, stuttering has never been dramatized better in terms of Vince Vawter exploring the internal aspects of stuttering, the attitudes, the thoughts, the feelings, the beliefs, and also the external behaviors. Everything that we do to try to avoid stuttering, or how we react to certain situations, and the typical things that we all do when we're younger, in particular, that affect us and that we do in response to stuttering. And I strongly recommend it as a good resource for understanding what stuttering is like, especially stuttering when you're younger. And I applaud Vince Vawter and what he accomplished with this book. It is extraordinary. And then I'll move on to one that's a little more controversial. American Pastoral by Philip Roth. This is a 1997 novel. And in it, the main character, his daughter, Mary, stutters. She stutters a lot. And as a novel in itself, it is phenomenal. It's one of the best novels that I've ever read. In terms of his handling of stuttering, I could tell he really did his homework. He's very informed about the nature of stuttering and about treatments of stuttering. And I think he did handle the topic well. There wasn't anything about it that made me cringe or made me uncomfortable or made me think, that's not right, he shouldn't have said that or done that. He recognizes the ambiguity of it, the difficulty of it, of trying to understand it, and knowing the right thing to do when you're a parent of someone who stutters, and trying to figure that out, and what to do, what not to do. And Mary's speech therapist actually plays a big role in the plot and how it unfolds. But then the downside of it is having a character who stutters being this terrorist murderer, someone who has something deeply wrong with them, or someone who's very emotionally unstable or sick. I haven't read too many reviews from people who stutter, but a few of them have said that they've hated it because it does kind of continue that stereotype of stutterers being outsiders, people who are disturbed in some way, and there's the danger of kind of continuing that stereotype. And then I'll move on to a novel that probably most people know about. The most popular one that has a character who stutters in it is Stephen King's novel, It. It's published first in 1986. It's been a long time since I've read it. It's been like 7 or 8 years ago. I was very thankful that he had Bill stutter before all of the trauma with his brother and with Pennywise, and so the stuttering is not just a response to trauma or to some kind of event, but it had been with him since before that, and it does make sense to where his stuttering does come and go. Like he doesn't stutter much as an adult, and it does come back at certain times. That is natural, and I think a key element to the nature of stuttering, that it is dynamic. It's not static. It does come and go. And I think King did a good job of dramatizing the frustration that Bill feels, especially when he was younger. And he stutters a lot in the novel, more than in the film and TV versions of it. And so I could appreciate that. And I liked how, King did give the leader of the group, a stutter, and he demonstrated how stutterers, can lead. They can be authoritative and assertive. And the book as a whole, I thought I have a lot of issues with it, and I wasn't too impressed with that at all. And then the last novel I'll mention is called Of Human Bondage by Somerset Maugham. It was published in 1915 originally. Maugham was a stutterer, a lifelong stutterer, and this novel is a semi-autobiographical novel of his life. But instead of giving the main character a stutter, because stuttering is hard to represent in print, Maugham chooses to give his character a clubbed foot instead. You can tell that, or at least I can tell that Maugham was a stutterer because of how he describes the main character. His name's Philip. Philip's struggle with his deformity, and the social issues, and the bullying that he experiences, and the struggles that come with being different, and with having something about you that somehow inhibits you, or causes you to stand out and not be like everyone else. I think the clubbed foot translates very well. Even though it might sound kind of weird, it works very much the same in terms of its impact upon the character's life. And so I highly recommend Of Human Bondage also, by Somerset Maugham, as a look into what it's like to be a person who stutters. There are many more novels out there that have characters who stutter in them. These are just a few examples that I chose to share. So if you do have some that have meant a lot to you, you can let me know about them in the comments, and I like to hear from you. And so I'll leave it at that. I think that's all I have, but thank you for watching. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next time then. Bye.